Coming up next to the stage, we have Richard Goldberg, former member of the White House National Security Council.
Thank you so much to all the organizers, and a special shout out to our law enforcement who are here keeping us safe. You know, there are people in this country who burn American flags, and there are people who put them on stage behind us and respect them and respect our law enforcement. So let's have a round of applause, both for these flags behind me and for the people who are protecting us. Where were you on September 11th? A question every American of a certain age has asked their friend or neighbor for 23 years. Well, today, Israel marks October 7th, the first anniversary of a massacre so large and brutal in a country the size of New Jersey that it can only be understood here by Americans as September 11th on steroids. We mourn the dead, the slaughtered, the massacred, including American citizens. We think about the hostages held right now in Gaza for 365 days, including American citizens. We check our moral compasses to make sure they're still working, because there is good and there is evil. And there is no triangulating between the two, as much as some leaders might want to try. A lot of moral compasses in this country are broken today, but let me tell you something. Seeing this crowd, meeting people across the United States, there are far more moral compasses intact, and it's why we are here today. And today, as Israel moves forward with a campaign to defeat the seven-front war that the Islamic Republic of Iran launched 1 year ago, we reflect on the lessons. We remember on October 6th what people said. Hamas can never pose a real threat to the people of Israel. They have Iron Dome. Hezbollah will never start a war from Lebanon. They're afraid of what would happen to Lebanon. Iran will never dare to launch direct missile attacks on the state of Israel. They fear the consequences. Wrong, wrong, wrong. History teaches us that dictators tell us what they're going to do before they do it. When mass murderers tell you they are going to kill you, believe them, act, rise up and kill them first. They tell us today that Israel shouldn't take out Iran's nuclear weapons program. They say the Islamic Republic of Iran would never use nuclear weapons. You want to take that bet? With our way of life hanging in the balance, with the savages who sponsored the massacres of October 7th, who have sent ballistic missiles and cruise missiles and drones to every terror proxy in their arsenal? Will you take that bet with the agents of this terrorist-sponsoring regime, with agents hunting down American officials on U.S. soil right now at this minute? Will you take that bet with people who wake up every morning saying, death to America, death to Israel? No. And there are reports at this hour the White House is offering Israel a compensation package to hold back against Iran. Sounds more like extortion than compensation. Israel doesn't need burial insurance. It needs America to stand by its side right now. Israel is fighting its second war of independence. Every battle is a battle for survival. Every decision is existential. And Israel has only one option: victory. And let's be clear, Israel's victory is America's victory. So thank you for coming out here. Thank you to all the Americans who say no to the Hamas people in the streets, no to the Hezbollah people in the streets, no to burning American flags. To Jewish leaders, stand proud, stand up. You are American. You are what's best in America. And to all the friends of Israel and the Jewish community who are not Jewish, thank you. The Bible says you are blessed. He blesses those who bless us. Well, let me tell you something. We are the ones who are blessed today because we have all of you, and I am proud to count you as a friend and a fellow American. Thank you.